Chapter 4 Believed to best. Kes finally den the following day around Sustpum. By now saw him on hovercraft, boy, where you get it from? Kes smelled, you been had it, you just don't come around here on it, it's for long trips, but it is perfect for fishing. You wanna go in the morning? With a big smile on her face, big no side, hell yeah, you ain't been fishing in a minute. Kes fuck his head, you and me both. That's we brought it along. First thing in the morning, we'll head out to the Mississippi River and get some good old cats and maybe few of those big bomba falls. Big now. Side, sounds like a deal tone. Hold on, we ain't going and take everything, is we? Kiss side, yeah, big now, it'll take us 45 minutes to on horseback, but it'll only take 5 minutes and his. Plus, this can set up toy people, and the back is for tackle boxes and collars. It is wider and more comfortable than a ski craft. Bego hesitated, child, you ain't never been on none of those things. Your grandfather tried to get me to take you right answer twice, and you refused. Kiss, looking disappointed, but now come on now, it'll be fun. Just think of it like yeah. Bego replied before he could finish his sentence, you ain't never been in none of them neither, but for you, you'll give it a try. Kiss smelled, you didn't even let me finish, but that's great. Kiss parked the hovercraft near the front door. Bego looked, this thing did make no noise at all. Kiss sighed, no, it's quite as a machine perfect for combat. Bego shook her head, sorry right. Well, you can stay in the room where Dexter, Pam, Sweets, Baby Breath, and all my grandchildren and great-grandchildren stayed. Kiss sighed, I'm going to straighten up and get my things put up. Bego sighed, alright, we're gonna fix this some barbecue ribs, with some potato salad, and homemade biscuits. Kiss mouth withered, Beg now, I'm glad he came over. Beg now smelled, me too. Kiss made a few trips before he got everything in his room. Billy, you too. Billy sighed, no I'm in sort of frantic drinking my day. Where you always asking that said? Where else can he go? You mean I, without a body? Coach lagged, well, do you want to be bothered with me? Billy sighed, what can he do for you, Kiss? Kiss sighed, you want to hear something really straight and this miss out. Billy sighed, you have a wide range of jazz and herb that you like. Kiss sighed, maybe later, how about some words from Prophet Milk? Got anything? On her. Billy sighed, sir, your grandfather played a lot. Which do you prefer? Kiss replied, whatever, you pick on. Billy sighed, here is one of your grandfather's favorite sermon from Prophet Milk. Silent for a moment, Kiss hears. He had an absolutely amazing visitation from who seemed to behave a dozen in St. African Queens. Unlike anything you've ever experienced. A couple of them were Nubiniptian. Others from very ancient, powerful African empires. They came to share some pretty deep revelations with me about our people, who ruled the earth from four corners, west, east, north, and south, for thousands of years, fell from glory. Not simply due to the dominance of invading colonizers, but to witnesses and invading human service. Created openings for invasions. They spoke of the laws of celestial or heavenly divine knowledge that made us the healthiest, long-lived beings on the planet. They spoke about the suppression of African high spiritual knowledge of science, the process of creation, mathematics as the Amharic structure of the universe, artistic person of creative laws, and music as the language that unites the cosmic laws, and above how we have forgotten how to speak the language of life, great allowed us to communicate with our bodies and its intricate structures to maintain health. With is our will, and so much more. He was humbled in the presence of such vast lost knowledge given by the Creator to the first and oldest civilization on earth, in the black woman's metacontrol is the original book of life. Thesis we see was the first target for destruction and control by the destroyers of genetic, scientific, and biological history. She remained so, from the poisoning of her genes to the corruption of her mind. So that she would not remember her power of recreating hidden in deliberate Ferdinand, so that she would be forced to subject to the regions of abuse, but she would be commissioned to abuse herself. You come from a long line of queens, they told me, which was proven by my genetic industry reports. They spoke of the women's sort, rebirthing and renewal titles to come for our people. Yes, may lately predicted, we will rise. Many of us will log control. The sun will continue softening. Enter a internet dispenses the plant will trigger in a transformation in many hormonal and dominant, breaking the cycle of disease and death that began 1,000 years ago. There is more to come in the days ahead as at the top here title story told in the voice of the symptoms, whose records were destroyed centuries ago. The original black history, so many of our black scholars have been trained to recall it for decades. It was a truly transformative experience. U.S. Hanoi. In the vein of Marcus Garvey, left your his, you may be people. We are not forgotten. Curse less than 4 hours at dinner, and dreaded after sleep. Curse got up early the following morning to make some adjustments to the hovercraft so that Bagnow will feel more comfortable. Before he finished it, he heard Bagnow calling, Curse. Curse shouted, he might see the finishing up some modification, it'll be there in a second. Bagnow shouted back, oh wait, breakfast is ready when you are. Curse quickly finished up and loaded the craft with the same gear. Walking into the house, come on, Bagnow, you can eat when we get there. Curse grabbed his plate, yeah ready. Bagnow smelled, yeah, let's go. Helping her get into the hovercraft, he buckled her up, let's do this. Smelling, Bagnow sighed, I'm quite excited to go fishing, it's been so long, and you can take a breather and relax. They flew past even in the villages of Barnes, Hummerstone, and Munn and then headed north when they lived in Dode, Louisiana. There were scattered lakes and streams that feed off the Mississippi River before Bagnow sighed, look. Over there, they are jumping out at the water like crazy. Curse hovered over the water's rim. Bagnow quickly sighed, boy, take this thing back to land. You really don't trust this thing, and if it falls into water, I'm in trouble. Curse sighed, but you notice floats on water in dire. Plus, there are so many cottonmouths on the land. He just didn't want to scare you. Bagnow sighed, he can handle the snakes, but this fair water is what I'm worried about cause he don't float. Curse just smelled, They cast their lines into the water and waited. Bagnow hid a heavy smile on her face. Bagnow, what are you thinking about with that big old smile on your face? Curse asked. The smell inside your grandfather bright military on our first date, and the plate that by form. Curse looked at Bagnow, what, boy? It's an old school song. Yeah, well and know it. Curse looked at Bagnow, now, Bagnow, yep, no misoccurrence in our family, what's his name? Bagnow thought about the name. That boy with the big head started with a group, and it was 3 of them, then he went solo, and later the female member went solo. It's at the tip of me. Tonya, oh, no, Howard Hemming or something like that. Curse sighed, no, you don't know that song or artist. How the song goes. Bagnow said only remember his sons, twice, and 3 times. Curse lagged, what, that's Howard Hewitt and the group was called Selma. Bagnow said excitedly, yeah, that's the boy. Do you know it? Curse tight about it, yeah. You think you do, you're gonna have to help me remember it. Curse sang, you remember the first time. Bagnow shouted, that's it, boy. Curse smiled as he continued, he danced with you, baby. It was a slow song. The lights were so low. He held you so closely could feel your heart beating next to mine. Then he kissed you. Bagnow joined in as he sang in the background. Once, Curse continued, and my head started spinning. Bagnow sang, twice. Curse continued, like Amharic. Bagnow sang 3 times, and he fell so deep in love with you, baby, what? Bagnow shouted, you got this part. Yes, he finished the verse. Now, we got to sit back and check this thing out, baby, you see. They finished the song tighter, and Bagnow cried. Curse sighed, you ain't gonna sing it head now. Mel, an Adam song. Bagnow smelled, child, that's tears of happiness and joy. You don't even know what you're talking about. Bagnow sat there for a moment, thinking about her husband, then shook her head, now. Where did you live off with Abooksigun? Asked Bagnow. Curse sighed, they were in the cave, and then made it seem like a mountain said. Bagnow sighed, oh yeah, the plan will have worked, but Al-Shamak was impotent and ran out too early. When a man named Thomas sought and killed him, the old captain of that ship, Jedem, was furious. Because he sold his slaves his money or crypto in his ace, but you can't do anything with a dead slave. They didn't even bury the poor man. Abooksigun and to restrain as fast as possible, but they were knocked out with some kind of gas they used to capture slaves. This is where we come to the story of the horse show. It was a slave ship, as you probably know by now, and little did they know, at the time, it will have been their last trip. They had literally docked near New Orleans to go self-fishing because they were not afford because Thomas had gobbled their money away into this land. Forcing some slaves to go to fishing is venture making that went saw an opportunity and ran away. When they finally carried the puppy twins, to their surprise, that were young juveniles, Abooksigun and Dune, were laying there helpless and unconscious. On the beach. Are they alive? Thomas asked with excitement. Locks Toby. Save Jedem. Well, in Tituo, Jedem beckons his sons, Jack, Dorsey, and Breg. Jack, you and Dorsey grew up Theodore on, and Breg, you take all the Fetinikitas Union. You don't know who you share with the rest of him, but we'll find out later. This box will fetch a fair price and marked. Thomas says what go. Wah, you happy so? Sost she child for the union. And about to let she smatuches for the older. We will be wealthy boys. It still might be a few extra cryptos without the other only code. Jedem frustrated, looks at Thomas. Yeah, and your fall is hideous. We can't enslave our own, your fall. If you hadn't given the money away, we won't be here in the first place. Bobo rolls at him and but is still just a pup, unable to stop him. Breg asks, wait about this a thing here. Jedem looks at Bobo, take him if we get hungry again, we'll have something to eat at our 10 fists. Jedem said as chilling lighter up the front mall. Thomas, 45, was an insidious living creature. Void of color and pallor than most. Albino in appearance. He is the worst of looking humanity men, missing his right eye. But Thomas never accepted him from his prize. Money is his daddy, blood is his pleasure. It took 2 hours for him until reaching horse show with their new captives. It was a massive ship with valuable cargo hulls, which was a complete horror to behold. The captain's cabin was on deck, followed by the crew, storage, and other cargo on the first level of the ship. They used the second and third levels for various aquatic falls and animals. They held slaves at the bottom of the vessel. Men were held in the stern while women and children were in the middle and the ship's bow. At first glance, you can tell that this audit ship has taken its fair share of battles. Part metal and part wood, it is incredible how this contraption remains afloat with gaping holes present upon the bow and hull. The ship appears like it hoists so with the middle cut off for water flow. The right side was for the ship mess, and the left was for the enslaved. The ship's center held the engine in the weather device that kept it afloat. As the Nikitas got closer to the boat, you could see repairs being made while they docked it at the stir of the leaving port. Daddy's home. A wicked loud comes from Thomas' lips. So cruel that even Jedem took notice. Thomas was a shrewd business executive, whom Jedem needed at the time, but never enjoyed his company. Hearing his comment, Jedem says to himself, when we get back to the mainland, I'll make sure that I finish what your father started. But the bullet will land score in between the eyes this time. Breg overhears with his father bless, pay. Breg says confidently. Men who hate pay you to, boy. Jedem says sharply. On the Nikitas men reached the ship, Thomas, a shrewd proprietor and a perverted man with unquenchable lust, thinks only about his story says he craves a little treat. Seeing the thirst in his eyes, a woman screams in terror at Thomas as he rakes to unzip his pants. Determined to seek pleasure. He ignores her screams and aims to relieve himself of his lust for flesh and blood until Jedem calls him out. Jedem pulls out his sustmatuham sa sabat genus menam and furious on 7 inches past the masthead and out the dictatorship. Thomas took along with the entire crew members. Searching winds taken for came. Now. I'm not going to repeat this if any of you who taught us a slave shall have your born in school for pie. Thomas, indifferent, stands up and walks towards Jedem, stopping just 1 centimeters from the barrel. With his broken French accent, he mockingly says, Come now, me dear boy Jedem. Thomas looks into Jedem and says with intensity, if you are going to kill him, I suggest you do it now. You do not give one insults. Thomas places his forehead against the barrel, daring the captain to shove him. Jedem looks at Thomas. I will not let you damage my profits to satisfy your insatiable lust. Thomas languishes uncontrollably. Lust. My insatiable lust. Yes, I. And. Wait of yours, Captain. And that bastard hybrid you made? In a calmer and more controlled tone, he continues, Yes. Thomas exclaims, you didn't think I knew about the feel of spring you brought into this world? Did you ever have that time with her? Ha! The Lord blessed us here to hot the CPS brain matter and blood splatter everywhere. I'll gasp in shock and horror as Thomas' headless body drops like a stone. Now, you will ask the sons. Are there any of you who have a problem with how we run my sleep? Say so now. At the same time, pointing the gun at his underlings, no. Pointing and waving it to a man, Yautuo, throw this bastard into the sea, where he belongs. Nay fells, and they call Molite relucts of the sinister creatures of the deep Maccabeer filament sounds, rapier to the sepsiol. Chains creak with the sore west of the Slavis, wooler bound out walls and wooden floorboards of the horseshoe. The vessels that sail on this heat back and curse. Dune wakes up to a foul smell and sound of pain and suffering. Downstairs and give him a celestial to the sound of enslaved men and women being torn apart and beaten to death for non-complaints. Abooksigun is chained up in the ship's balls to a wall. As the horse passes, he is later awakened by Bobo licking his face and crying. Unaware of where he's at, Abooksigun reaches for Bobo. Both his hands are jerked back by his restraints, making an irritating clunking sound. Abooksigun is terrified, trying to think of a way to get out. Abooksigun's heart thumps rapidly in his chest. He lifts his head in search of dungeon the darkness but cannot find him. However, the night is not so quiet. Blow-curdling screams break the silence of the night. Even though Thomas is dead, Farrier crewmen, even Jedem's sons, whose thirst is even greater than Thomas' insatiable list. Doze and Jack have taken several women and young Jules to another side of the ship for entertainment and pleasure. Melissa Perstodon, do you not yet know about this your journey? Find Abooksigun and seek a lieutenant with this men, for they shall be your warriors, and with Abooksigun, you both shall tear down the beneath kingdom. Now, go with his tiny hands, Don slips his chins and crawls throughout the congested body full of ball, searching for Abooksigun, calling out to him quickly. Abooksigun hears Don in the distance and calls back. Yam here. Spoken in a low whisper. Don makes his way over to Abooksigun's voice. Don, how did you get out? Don exclaims quickly. My hands were too small for the chains. Abooksigun looks at Don, saying, well, aren't you lucky? He struggles against the restraints, but to no avail. Frustrated, Abooksigun says, get him out. Find a key or some hard stone to break the lock. A slave by name, Lord, now that his tongue is free from his chains. Wait. Please don't leave us. We went out to the slave thoughts. Don cannot understand the request and ignored the man. So, Abooksigun speaks to the enslaved men, each in their language, assuring them that none will be left behind. Don opens the heavy steel frame door with much effort. The crew lifted slightly from the last inspection of the cargo. As Don exits the hauling compartment for the slaves, he sees a carnicidal war key hanging in a wall outside the slave quarters. He grabs it and sneaks back in. Because of the darkness, Don steps on other captives, shined to the floor by accident. He may grunt in pain and curse it. Don for stepping on him. After walking through a slew of bodies and taking great care not to step on any nails, Don quickly releases Abooksigun, and they both begin to look very nails. Don explains to Abooksigun what was said by Leslie as Abooksigun and chanced him in his spock. Propis Aklamulkan said, Shine has never come by simply waiting for it thus who wanted must bring it. Frederick Delles sighed, If there is no struggle, there is no progress. And your descending aside, thus who chose to forget the past don't to repeat it. You do not have to live in it. Past to learn from it, it is about your friends. To for affirmation, confirmation, edification, illumination, and elevation. A bridge to cross the divide between uncertainty and confusion. A ladder for our sin. Our ancestors rather than leave friends with the past for clarity into the future. No meaningful success comes without failure. No failure without effort. No effort without a motivation to make it. Motivation comes from conviction. Our aid is not a privilege. Our privilege is given. Our aid comes with being born. We are mysterious, chosen by Seba to do a great job for him. We must be enlightened to go forward. You understand we come from all walks of life. But we are chosen, so we are destined to do so. You do not have to believe in Seba to be freed, but you have to believe to receive this gift. Even had yet men and one spoke different languages, they heard their language in the great when he spoke. Before he called finished freeing out the slaves, Abooksigun got caught up in prayer. When he came down, he started preaching to the people as he and then helped the people reach enlightenment. They prayed in their language, and after 30 minutes, they all spoke in different tongues other than their own. Abooksigun said to the men, "Now, we have power known to one another, but so that shall reveal them to us and who submit to them. Enlightenment is receiving and found in your gift. True enlightenment is mastering this gift. We will do just that in this journey of ours." While he was unlocking the last slave, the chain dropped to the floor, freeing him and Namdalda, who screamed from the top of his lungs. Freedom! Freedom at last, from these dim chains. Let's repay these wicked bastards in Lakind. He hears a voice, and how do we plan on doing that? Close and cover them on, and its scene breaks from the darkness to reveal an hitman only Isildon. His locks are grey, and a scare from a bullet runs across his face. He stands 6 foot on and 140 pounds. Aldon's eyes are wrinkled with time. Hey! Focus face guys in Abooksigun. Where travels you, Aldon? Lowering sighs. We are free. We are free. Aldon's gaze does not break from Abooksigun. He intuitively knows Abooksigun as he turns towards Laurent. You say you are free because it shall free you. What kind of man are you? Aldon sighs spitefully. Aldon motions to speak, but Aldon cuts him off. We could have been freed years ago. He bellows. Yet nothing but sniveling cowards and weak men boards this ship. Aldon, having the gift of second sight, speaks to Abooksigun in his mind while yelling at Laurent. Ik know who you are, young man. Your destiny is not hidden from me. He lets Abooksigun hear his elder self. Lost and forgotten. How long will you remain silent? Abooksigun looks around in confusion and back at Aldon, whose eyes are still fixed on him. Do not let. Before Aldon can finish his words, Leody says back in, and Abooksigun grabs his head and shakes himself. Aldon releases Abooksigun's mid while still yelling at Laurent. He looks back at Aldon, but doesn't say anything as he thinks about his sister yelling at him for not having compassion for Dune, hearing his sister's words, "Little boy. You must be compassionate and considerate when you talk to people or even explain things. Understand this, and listen carefully because he will only say it once. Because of pops, we are well versed in history and spiritual things that many don't understand yet, but when you also many else, tell them in a manner that they understand. Sometimes you have to give them some background info to explain your point. Treat them like babies, like the turtles as you can't give them meat. You must first start with milk. Abooksigun turns to her loyal proclaims rather impeccably, Aldon. You already trick-coward. You've been separated your whole life here. And not once did you ever have a single power to free in union this accursed ship. Not even yourself. Aldon hisses at Laurent, you spineless cur. How dare you speak that way to me? Aldon frees and blanks an abrupt and taut argument. Peace, brethren. Enough cat for blame. Let us be men in that like such. We're all stuck in the belief the best while you figure monsters of us about nothing, Women need our help. So, Savatus belligerence for another time. Now is not. He turns towards Sildon, and while you have our captors now we are free with you wailing. Hilda sighs somewhat ironically, considering he was the first to scream at the top of his lungs. Although sighs nothing you'll say Hilda continues, no. Then be silent. Hilda heavily looks back at Abooksigun, for it notes that it is not our strength, Aggie, intelligence, or anything else that makes us stronger than the rest say but those whom it chooses to lead. He points at Abooksigun, lead away, young. Abooksigun, in sak, as he listens to disrespect, trying to understand it all, looks at Bobo. Fendity woman. Bobo desses a fast him and follow. The former sloves quickly move toward the woman who were being maliciously assaulted. Abooksigun and him and run into the area where Jadam's sons. Torment the young woman. Quiesafiguni fell to room. A constable screams in English. Yeah, she cries out for help in her native tongue. Help. Help. Goddess, no. A cooknenu, injured, weakened, and bleeding, cries out to her sister, Akun. Come on, baby. Dad is about to give you the right of your life. Dorsey sighs lustfully while yelling at his brothers, yes. Hold her down, Jack, so we can take turns with her. A constable is held firmly taut a bit by Jack. She curses him out in Kimitian, in a phrased dialect, one of the oldest recorded languages in ancient Egypt. Dorsey squares the constable's legs up and forcibly. She struggles and resists futilely. The rest of the woman cry out in terror. Constable shrills as she is molested. Abooksigun, Elder, and then hear the screams of the woman as they sneak down. The hallway. Elder becomes unnerved listening to the cries. Another scream soars through his veins, and he yells, they are raping the woman. Let's go, men. Both Abooksigun grabs Elder by the shoulder and pleads with him to wait. Think Wesley. We do not know the situation running in blindly. We have to kill the Jews before we deploy him. We need a plan. Laura exclaims rather vehemently. And what do you suggest? Time is of the essence. We must act now. Abooksigun thinks quickly. He looks at Dunya and instantly knows what to do. We will use Bobo and don't use a district until lure them out and away from the woman. Abooksigun searches the hell and sees a low and rusty pipe. He kicks the pipe, white and breaks from its foundation. Are you going to blow them to death, let alone? Laura asks impatiently. No. Abooksigun hands the pipe to Dung. Strike first, then when leads him out toes. Away from the woman. Dung nods. He tiptoes quietly into the room. Dung sees Dorsey mounting a constable against her will. Her screams echo. Dung is stunned at first and hesitates to enter the room. Both Bobo Rinsin and Timon see him, where the set not doing laws. Jack Acid and Gavi chases Dung, enraged, ran fast at Dorsey. Dung swings the pipe at Dorsey's upper back across his right shoulder. Dorsey's back arches in pain and yelps. Dorsey sees what the culprit is. Yo motherfucker, yell. Come here. He gives chase in his underwear while quickly pulling up his pants and following behind Dung. Dung immediately turns left while Dorsey is hot on his heels. As Dung immediately turns left, Dorsey stops in. His plate comes in the hallway. Jack runs into him literally while chasing Bobo. Come on, Dorsey. Where did Thedmut go? Why did you stop? Jack, struck with fear, looks around to see what is holding Dorsey's attention. Time slows and the holding surround Elder. Laurel, Abooksigun, and the others are frozen in place. Pickwood at what he says, Elder feels the weight of Sebaf. And a natural his sword will hug his entire body. As he stretches forth his right hand, his arm and hand change to a crystal funnel-like formation that looks like lava in rough cracked crevices. Elder sees Argo the trade syrup. Elder sighs with immense vigor. The hallway vibrates and surges from the power exerted. A blending, brilliant light angels to wet brothers. Dorsey and Jack howl as their bodies are burned from within. Charred, blackened, and now lifeless, these former settlers tumble into a pale office. The former slaves stare at Elder in total shock. He returns to his original self while wetting the stimulus from his fingertips. Surprised, Elda observes his hands and then turns to him behind him. You've been enlightened, Abooksigun says. Not caring to wait, Laura breaks away from the grip of men and sees first and is very busy enlisted into woman as he enters the room. A consymbol, terrified, rolls out of the blow soaked bed in searing pain. Her naked body falls to the wooden floor. Seeing her sister, a cockning, wept woefully. Malvid with compassion, Elda and the rest of the men rushed out to woman's side. Laura reaches a consymbol first while Elda walks over to Cocknin. Elda is hindered from moving forward by a weakened wind vortex that Cocknin puts in front of him. Her eyes are glowing. She speaks in Cajun. Don't you dare. You are in excruciating pain, so exhausts her energy and can no longer hold the vortex against Elda. A Cocknin collapses, and the vortex drops. Elda moves forward afterward and checks on a Cocknin, who is comatose. Abooksigun walks up to the left of Elda. He quickly closes his eyes upon seeing Cocknin's exposed body. Elda hits Abooksigun in his chest gently, get a grip. No time for pity. This woman needs our help. Abooksigun grabs his sore chest and quickly opens his eyes. He doesn't want to look upon a Cocknin but does what Elda says and tends to her. Elda and Laura move without comfortable. She is paranoid, naked, and scared. She speaks Cajun. You cannot speak to her. She keeps babbling and crying. Laura sighs. Elda approaches her casually. With his hands up in front of him. Telling the constable that he means no harm, I'm not here to hurt you. Those bastards are dead. Elda sighs fervently. But the constable does not understand Elda. She keeps babbling on in her native tongue. Covering her body with her arms and hands, she crawls into a fetal position, pleading with Elda not to harm her. Elda cannot convince the constable that he means no harm. So, Abooksigun walks over to the terrific girl, mimicking Elda's posture. Abooksigun began blaming himself for what happened to the twins, who should came in instead of waiting. He should have been more compassionate instead of trying to map out a solution. I'm always thinking, never. And he quickly thought about how he disappointed his family, so he thought, for being nonchalant, ran throughout his mind. The feeling overwhelmed him, and he began tearing up and went out the other side of the ship. After a moment of silence, he started crying and singing one of his father's favorite songs out of his belly. Running back to you, Bay. Come in, how can you forgive me when I've often gone astray? How can you think of me when it does things me way? Turning me back from you, the one who loved me first. Having me on the earth. Renewing worldly thirst. His actor when he heard, you sound so beautiful when you sing. Gail said as she had done walked out of this house. Still upset, Abooksigun said to her, me father would poor he took press how he felt. If only he knew how to sing, talk press himself, he will have won millions more. You realize this recently, and you think that is what Sabbath. Nes me to do. Gail smelled, this is non's felt but thus will cast the paint of him. Come, let's return, for you are desperately needed. Abooksigun whips his eyes and translates to constable what Elda his side and that he wasn't their side. Laura grabs his sheet from a nearby bed and carefully covers the constable, who jumps from the sheet touching her skin. She is trembling in pain but relaxed slightly. Still scared and quite frightened, a constable asks, where is me father? Where are you? And he looks in pain. She looks to her left to see her sister unresponsive. My sister. Anu. A constable sighs frantically, which is a Cocknin's nickname. A Cocknin has fainted unconceivably. Abooksigun searches around, looking for another sheet to cover Cocknin. He finds none. Are there any other sheets on this goforsk sap? Abooksigun yells. All searches were in vain for a sheet for Cocknin. One of the young women named Deborah, who was in the room with the sisters, goes to a crud-looking bathroom to rate where the bed sits within the chamber and finds a heavy brown towel inside a cabinet with a broken door. Tess. While covering Cocknin's body, she sighed as she grabbed the towel from the cabinet and took the towel to Abooksigun. Here, take this towel. She orders Abooksigun. He takes it and covers Cocknin. No. They cannot stay that way. Surprised at her outburst, Abooksigun questioned deeper. They cannot stay that way. What do you mean? Deeper explains to Abooksigun. Jag tog här, och den stod inside the doorway waiting. He's a bit taken aback by her herself but not surprised. She has the gift of the goddess. And on it all. A constable said. Voice off. Many waters saw the room filled with fog. Dark clouds formed, and lightning flashed and thunderclaps. A cooking elevated from the floor. At this moment, a constable panics, she cannot control her gift. Unconscious, Anil, wakes up. A constable cries out to cooking. A cooking, while hovering in the air, vast her dark spheres buried deep into her subconscious mind. Ye stately said, she flows in the air and hears many voices speak as on. Say whimpers. In the beginning, they both created heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the roach of Sebath moved upon the face of the waters. And Sebath said, let there be light. And there was light. And Sebath said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters under the firmament from the waters above the firmament. And it was so. Sebath called the firmament heaven. And Sebath said, let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let dry land appear. And it was so. And Sebath called the dry land earth, and the gathering of the waters he called seas, and Sebath saw that it was gold. An abnormal hurricane appears out of nowhere. The storm grows. Wait is tight. Jet himself. The man on the deck rim for cover is the battery from the storm covers the ship, causing substantial damage. Lightning strikes on mast, and it topples. Jet him in his men try to maintain the vessel as the storm wreaks havoc. Lightning strikes are heard even in the bow's vessel. Meanwhile, Eldad asks Abooksigun, can you speak to her? Wind and rain makes bands swirl inside the room. Abooksigun shakes his head, no. A constable freezes. She toes lifted into the air, and her power overcomes her. Theories turn a smoke like blue. The twin sisters share the same gift. It is just divided up between the both of them. Teyzeu. One sister has the void of many waters, Wamadunajur. While the other has the gift of life, Warnajur. The coverings wrap around the two sisters daily because of the wind they picked up from a minister forming inside the slot quarters of the ship. They hover around each other, absent of consciousness. A voice into darkness calls out to Ainul, a cooking. She sighs up praisively, yam her. Will calls to me. Tears fill her eyes as she continues, I'm scared. You can't control it, help me. A cooking says simply. They have visually adapted me. Yam broken and calm protect my sister. A storm roars in the background, sounding a beast traveling inside the flow formation. You west all wake. The creature in the store feed off of a cooking is fierce and pain. The beast let out a hideous growl, you are men. Yawn your mind, body, and soul. You will never be rid of me. It growls more assertive in her mind. And weeps in yours, and her tears become irreverent as she weeps bitterly. A cooking was laying fast down in the abyss. When all hope seemed lost, a bright light seemed from the darkness. It was during this time that in a power to send into the sea. Unknowing what they had done, the same light appeared upon the sea, spreading throughout the plant upon the waters. The light was so marvelous it warded off the beast battling for control of Abooksigun's mind. Every chorus of angelic beings sings, Holy, 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 art thou. Trumpets below. The beast below it, no. Says man. Yeah, on her body, mind, and soul. The angelic beings harmony to a crescendo. An unknown void sighs, piece, but still. The beast siders into peace as if it were on with the storm, forcing it to fade away. The chorus of angels fades away while proclaiming, Holy, 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 art thou. The Holy One approaches Abooksigun, lying fat first into the abyss of nothingness. She feels a holy being wrap his arms around her, comforting the grieving young woman. The spirit sings at first to be Abooksigun's father, Jibrabra. Baba. His eyes will become familiar with the warmth of the embrace. Wuriya. She can barely get her words out. You miss you so much. Why did you leave us to fend for ourselves? Say it out loud and bid us. We were enslaved on this ship for as long as I can remember. Snatch it from our home, baby. Where we were. Yeah, baby, said the man's. You have always been here, me neither, as I am now. There is not only tear shed that you do not value. Not on what cries out into darkness that you do not hear. Nor is there any pain or want that you cannot heal. Muziekkakwiddel zegt mensen het lokter en thees. Ze zoidle gaps. Wuha. Baba. Jasakut knel gazes in dat yes of the Almighty, she sees all power is no living thing has ever seen. All too well since encompassing love and packings, taking down lay feather kaljev. Yes. Mishik answers. At the same time, telling his head to the right. A kuknino gaps again. His face reflect all the stars of heaven and an eternal burning fear. A kuknino asks, you are God? Where? Multiple voices speak at once, Misika, Mlaz, Sebov. Am, Kaitims. Loving God. Mlaz whispers in Hebrew, Melachem Lachem, who had meant kings of kings. Mlaz speaks this in scientific kukninis in rear, and data shows. A kuknino looks around in Kufison, only for a moment, but she reconnects her gaze with Mshika. Her eyes are like a burning furnace. Fear takes over her. And she sighs nervously and humbly, my Lord and my God, who gave me these gifts, how can I serve you? Mshika speaks, follow Abooksigun in tongue. Do me will, and all your questions will be answered in due time. It will so come for you and your sister, but now I am with you always. A kuknin bows her head in submission. Multiple voices speak as on. Seek up the path of former's time. Behold, EGV peace of mind. The spirit's voice faintly called fade away.